We want to talk about Victoria Alvarado. She is the real thing. She was able to pick up on my love issues, for which was true. With Victoria, she's very in sync with energy, and she was able to pick up on my energy right away.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've been seeing Victoria now for 3.5 years. I was hurting somehow. She pinpointed the areas that were being affected. I gave her a call and she started the healing process. Immediately afterwards, she told me about how my body was going to heal and how I could help it heal along. And I noticed a change immediately.
Hi, I'm psychic medium Victoria Alvarado. As a psychic, I'm able to connect to the past, present, and future. And as a medium, I'm able to connect to your loved ones and those that are in spirit. And if you ever wanted to know about your future and what the future holds for you, or if you needed to find answers to those daunting questions that are lingering in your mind, contact me at www.victoriaalvarado.com.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
Hello everyone, you're listening to Psychic Connections. I'm your host, Psychic Medium Victoria Alvarado. I have several interesting topics today. We're going to be talking about 6 things you need to know about psychic children, and then later on during the show, we will have your weekly horoscopes, and I will be taking calls and answering questions and connecting you to spirit. So when we open up the phone lines for mini readings, the number that you're going to be calling is 281-899-8029. And I'll give that number out again later on when we open up the phone lines. So for those of you who don't know me and just tuning in for the very first time, I am a psychic medium. I'm actually one of the top 5 psychics here in the Houston area. And I am also a radio personality, a TV personality, and so much more. Now, I have been a psychic medium for a really, really long time. And what that means, in case you don't know what that means, that as a psychic, I can connect to your past, present, and future by tapping into your vibrational energy. And as a medium, I connect to loved ones in spirit, and I'm able to relay messages to you from them. I've had this gift ever since I was born, pretty much as far as I can remember when I was 5 years old. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to speak about psychic children? And, I'm pretty sure some of you guys that are listening in or tuning in today have wondered, do I have a psychic child or psychic children amongst me at this moment? Or maybe you've even wondered if your child was psychic. So lucky for you, I'm here to pretty much help you to understand your child and pretty much realize if you do have a psychic child on your hands. So here are 6 things you need to know about psychic children. Psychic children often think that they are normal. Your child might realize that they have psychic abilities, but they probably don't realize that you can't see the world in the same way that they do. So, if your son or daughter has psychic abilities, you won't be able to tell just by their physical appearance. So, number 2, psychic children often inherit their psychic abilities from their parents. So if you are a psychic, there is a chance that your special abilities have been passed on to your child. And if you're not a psychic, you may discover that someone in your family may have had intuitive abilities like your grandmother, your uncle, your great uncle, or your great aunt, for example. In my family, my grandmother was a curandera, and what that means is that she was a faith healer. She was a very strong empath, and she was able to help tune into the person's body and find out exactly what's going on, what ailments that they had, and extract it. Now, she was very highly intuitive, so she was able to tell someone emotionally what's going on by connecting with them. My grandmother, she was actually a tarot card reader. And my mom is very intuitive. She's also an empath as well. So obviously I'm getting this down from my maternal bloodline. So let me just say this. We want you to know that you have to treat your child the same regardless of whether or not he or she has psychic abilities. By doing so, your child will always receive the love, respect, and attention that he or she needs. Now, number 3. You can help psychic children sharpen their psychic abilities. And how do you do that, you say? Well, what will happen after your child finds out that he or she has higher intuitive intelligence than others, your child will more than likely want to hone in on his or her psychic abilities. And there are several quick, easy ways to help your child sharpen his or her abilities, which include the following. And I really like the empty bowl technique. So what you do with the empty bowl technique is that you're going to tell your child to close his or her eyes and take a deep breath. Then your son, daughter should visualize a large bowl standing in front of them. And in this empty bowl, they're going to place a question in the bowl and wait for the answer to appear in the bowl. The second step or the second technique is pre-meeting planning. Prior to a meeting, ask your child to clear his or her head by taking a few deep, calming, and relaxing breaths in. And next, ask your child to describe images, feelings, and flashes of insights from the meeting that's about to take place. Children can also benefit from telephone telepathy, and this is one of my favorite games here. Does your child ever have the feeling that someone is about to call? I know I got that a lot when I was a child, and my children often do the same thing. And over here, we made it into a game so that everyone's not freaking out. So what you're going to do if your child ever has a feeling that someone is about to call, encourage your child to visualize who is calling before he or she checks the caller ID when the phone rings. If you can help your child hone in on his or her abilities today, he or she can reap the rewards or the benefits of the efforts for years to come. Number 4. Psychic children require ongoing support. As a psychic child, I remember becoming very overwhelmed with my abilities, and often I find that other psychic children become overwhelmed with their abilities and can develop social anxiety or fear of being in the dark because they may see or sense that they are not alone. Now, it seems to me that when I was relaxed and I was going to bed is when spirits will come to visit me the most. And of course, being 5 years old, it kind of freaked me out because it's almost like I would tell my mom the cuckoo is in the closet or the cuckoo is under the bed and he's trying to get me. And really it was that I didn't understand that what I was perceiving or what I was sensing or seeing was actually a loved one in spirit wanting to come and visit, and spirits that were around wanting help in their situation. So, if you find that your child is afraid of the dark or overwhelmed, you can tell your child several things. First, you can tell your child that they can tell the spirit to leave them alone. Much in the same way that parents may encourage a child to stand up to a bully. Parents can teach a child to take control of their psychic abilities. That way, kids can set boundaries and gain the confidence to tell spirits that they encounter to leave them alone. Next, you want to make sure you tell your children, I believe you. It's not enough as a parent to tell a child that I believe that you believe you have psychic abilities. Instead, a parent needs to actually believe a psychic child, because doing so, you reduce the risk that this child may experience isolation, loneliness, and sadness, and when in doubt, you can seek out a psychic to help you and your child find a better solution that will help them meet their goals, or even help them to find peace and tranquility. Number 5, psychic children can benefit from a healthy diet. This is very, very important because it helps eliminate toxins from a psychic child's diet, which may deliver immediate and long-lasting benefits. Psychic children may be more sensitive to toxins than others, and as a result, providing children with the right balance of vegetables and fruits may help these kids avoid toxins and stay balanced. Number 6, psychic children should keep a journal. A journal offers a great opportunity for psychic children to put their thoughts and feelings on paper and learn from them. With journaling, a psychic child can benefit from a tool that promotes self-help and self-discovery. For instance, consider what may happen if a psychic child experiences a dream that he or she is unable to understand. Thanks to a journal, dream interpretation can be easier than ever. Plus, the journal enables a child to learn from their dreams, their life events, and understand the world and understand his or her own unique perspective. So there you have it, a close look at what you need to know about psychic children. We're going to go to break real quick, and then when we come back, I am going to be giving you guys your weekly horoscopes.
The coolest station online. Yeah, that's us. 'Cause we play this.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? You are live on the air. How can I help you?
I didn't think I'd get on. Hello, thank you for taking my call. Okay.
You're going to have to wait till after this move in October if that's something that you're going to do, because then once you move in October, or slightly after October, it feels like by then you'll be settled enough to where you can focus.
The best radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
We want to talk about Victoria Alvarado. She is the real thing. She was able to pick up on my love issues, for which was true. With Victoria, she's very in sync with energy, and she was able to pick up on my energy right away.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've been seeing Victoria now for 3.5 years. I was hurting somehow. She pinpointed the areas that were being affected. I gave her a call and she started the healing process. Immediately afterwards, she told me about how my body was going to heal and how I could help it heal along. And I noticed a change immediately.
Hi, I'm psychic medium Victoria Alvarado. As a psychic, I'm able to connect to the past, present, and future. And as a medium, I'm able to connect to your loved ones and those that are in spirit. And if you ever wanted to know about your future and what the future holds for you, or if you needed to find answers to those daunting questions that are lingering in your mind, contact me at www.victoriaalvarado.com.
Are you looking for a new perspective in life? Victoria Alvarado, psychic medium in Houston, Texas, is one of the top 5 fortune tellers in the area. With her gift, she has spiritually guided thousands from around the world. She identifies and removes obstacles that prevent you from achieving your full potential in life, love, and career. Other services include psychic tarot readings, chakra balancing, aura cleansings, Reiki healing, and more. To schedule a session today, call 832-525-3486.
Peace. Now, hear this.
And we're back. You're listening to Psychic Connections with psychic medium Victoria Alvarado. We're going to start off with the weekly horoscopes, and then I'm going to be opening up the phone lines to take live calls. Now, remember, these calls are for free, so it's a mini reading that's going to happen, and you're going to be calling 281-899-8029. So now for the weekly horoscopes. What can you expect to happen this week? So we're going to start off with Aries. All right, Aries, you have to plan and think quickly as Mercury, the planet of words, moves into your sign this week. My best advice is for you to stay calm and balance your mind in order to get things done and make the best decisions possible. Taurus, you will feel a little bit out of place as the energies run high this week. Expect to run into people or situations that may take you out of your comfort zone. Whatever you do, don't put yourself at risk or push your luck or take things too far. Gemini, you have so many hopes, wishes, and dreams for your business or investments that you've been talking about them with your friends over the last few months, and it's finally coming into fruition. But don't take things too seriously, Gemini, just yet, because you know what? Venus, who holds the cosmic purse strings, is well out of phase until mid-April. So any talk of investments is just talk. Cancer, we know it has been a bumpy road for you. This week, Mercury joins hands with Venus, helping you to finally see an end to this chaotic cycle. Pay close attention to your intuition because it will place you in the right place or right time for advancements in your career, giving you an opportunity to place your name in the hat for an upcoming trip, promotion, or course. Leo, you have 7 planets moving across your 8th and 9th house this week, so expect to have a ton of emotions to deal with. To help you get through this, you will need to come to terms with a certain situation, but don't worry about what was. Instead, let go of what no longer serves your highest good and move on. Virgo. Your ruler Mercury, the planet of conversation, sets up shop in Aries this week, joining up with Venus, the planet of love and money. So guess what many of you will be talking about with your significant other over the next few weeks. Make sure that everyone is doing their part financially and make wise choices when it comes to making investments. Libra, I see you interacting and socializing more. Expect new friendships to form this week. A little word of caution though, maintain some self-control and don't take any risk. You may just find yourself apologizing to people and friends. And also keep in mind, with Venus being out of the house for the next 3 weeks, don't expect Cupid to be shooting out any arrows just this week. Scorpio, it's time to break through any illusions that you may have. This energy has that this is where you are at, and this is what you must do if you want to get where you are trying to go. If you've avoided seeing someone for a while, you will realize that you are not only delaying the inevitable, but you might actually be able to find some common ground and enjoy each other's company once more. Sagittarius. Once again, your romance, fun, and self-fulfillment zone is in the cosmic spotlight this week. If you have something important to discuss with your partner, kids, or someone you're close with, this weekend is the perfect time with the moon in your sign, allowing you to tap into your sensitive side. If you're single, this is actually a good time for you to meet someone new. Just don't put all your dating eggs in one basket. Just FYI, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, and Libras are all great romance matchups for you. Capricorn. Roll out that welcome mat this weekend and think about installing a revolving door. Your home will be buzzing or a buzzing hive of activity starting Saturday as Mercury swings through your domestic zone from now until March 31st. Your relationships with women will be particularly rich now. You might just team up with a savvy chica on a personal project or creative collaboration before the month's end. Aquarius. It's not always easy to juggle your life, is it? Between work, play, family, friends, lovers, pets, and running errands, there doesn't seem to be any time left for you, does there? This weekend, take some time out for you and go do something you like to relax. Pisces. Green is the new black. For Pisces, as clever Mercury cruises into your second house of money and possessions until the 31st, this weekend you may be tempted to buy all sorts of non-essential wonderful items. Pricey handbags, shoes, perfume, makeup, and clothing. But can you really pay for it? Credit cards are both your friend and frenemy this weekend, so it's best to leave that credit card at home if you can. So we're gonna open up the phone lines when we come back from this short break. I'll be taking calls. The number to call in is 281-899-8029.
Are you looking for a new perspective in life? Victoria Alvarado, psychic medium in Houston, Texas, is one of the top 5 fortune tellers in the area. With her gift, she has spiritually guided thousands from around the world. She identifies and removes obstacles that prevent you from achieving your full potential in life, love, and career. Other services include psychic tarot readings, chakra balancing, aura cleansings, Reiki healing, and more. To schedule a session today, call 832-525-3486.
We want to talk about Victoria Alvarado. She is the real thing. She was able to pick up on my love issues, for which was true. With Victoria, she's very in sync with energy. And she was able to pick up on my energy right away.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've been seeing Victoria now for 3.5 years. I was hurting somehow. She pinpointed the areas that were being affected. I gave her a call and she started the healing process. Immediately afterwards, she told me about how my body was going to heal and how I could help it heal along. And I noticed a change immediately.
Hi, I'm psychic medium Victoria Alvarado. As a psychic, I'm able to connect to the past, present, and future. And as a medium, able to connect to your loved ones and those that are in spirit. And if you ever wanted to know about your future and what the future holds for you, or if you needed to find answers to those daunting questions that are lingering in your mind, contact me at www.victoriaalvarado.com.
The best radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
And we are back. So we're going to go to the phone lines now. That number again is 281-899-8029. That you can call that number in order to get a live reading on the air for free. So let's go to our first caller. Hi, hon. Thank you so much for holding. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
And
Hello?
do you have a question or comment for me today?
Yes, my name is Seema, and I'm calling because I wanted to look at career and, changes as far as that's going on right now.
Okay. So, hon, here's the thing. Spirit is telling me something about education, and there's something about you needing to get a certain certificate, or you've been thinking about going back to school.
I'm currently in college right now.
Okay. So let me just say is that this is definitely the direction that you need to take, but I know that you need something like right now. So let me just say this. Spirit is telling me that there is a close friend of yours that's offering you something part-time because I feel like that's what you're needing just to kind of get ahead. Who is this male friend that you are close with that is needing help either at their store or that their job is needing some help?
No one that I know of.
Okay, so let me just say this. Go ahead.
Right now I work from home. I do customer service from home, but I'm looking for something more in my field in accounting business to get into a company, maybe like part-time at least.
Okay.
So that way I'll be already in.
Okay, so let me just say this is that I am seeing that there's this tall gentleman. He seems like he's around your age. He looks a little younger, or maybe he just feels like he's just a little immature or on the mature side. But he's doing something, or he knows that there's a connection with him. Either he knows a company, or he's doing something that he knows that needs part-time help or needs someone in the industry that you're looking at. And let me just say this, as I see this happening, they're giving me the reference of May, but it makes me feel more like within the next 5 days.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to be in contact with this gentleman very, very soon.
Okay.
He has like a name, a A initial or a name, like the first initial beginning with an A.
I don't know.
Okay, don't worry about it, hon. It'll all come out and reveal itself when it needs to be. So, of course, right now, normally I get, I don't know. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, I get emails saying it happened just exactly like you said. This guy's name sounds more like Abraham, or he may be a friend of a friend, but there's something with an A connection to it with his first initial. Okay. Now, the other thing is that you are definitely on the right path, hon, and they're saying that you really need to have more confidence and more belief in yourself. Okay? And they're also telling me that, see. So I normally don't use my cards, but I just drew one for you anyway. So the card that I just drew says that you're forming new partnerships or contracts. So definitely continue moving forward. So it makes me feel like you haven't met this guy just yet, and that's why you're like, I don't know, and that's okay. But it makes me feel that you're definitely going to be hearing from him within the next 2 weeks. And again, they're having that May connection because the number 2 is here. So that's 2 months from now. But like I said, I really get the 5 number coming in really, really, really strongly.
Okay. Well, I've been filling out applications online. There's a website I always fill out applications. I've been filling out applications on there. I also want to try to move. I'm hoping that I get a job close to downtown because I really want to move downtown. But as far as with the job and, school and finances, the job and everything will help out there. But if I can get something close to downtown, I can the campus is right there. That's how I can move down there.
Well, see,
that's where my heart is. So I don't know if it will happen that way.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't see that move happening anytime soon. It just feels like you got to get things organized or more structured first before that can happen. And if you do that, it won't be until like maybe slightly before January, before the next semester starts.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I started a new semester in May.
Okay.
And then I started a new semester in August.
Okay. So let me get Spirit to tell me. So here's the thing, is that Spirit is still telling me before the, I guess it's the spring semester in January is what they're telling me. So it's going to take a while because it's almost like you may not have the actual funds that you're needing to move. And there's also at the same time, are you still in a contract right now at the home that you're at, or is that you're living with someone? Because I'm seeing that you don't live alone.
No, I live with my parents.
Ah, okay. So let me just say this, is that it's almost like you have to get these contracts and like get everything in together and just make sure that it's something that's more stable or more structured before you do that. But yes, I do see you moving, but it's almost like it won't be until January. I guess that's what, fall semester or spring?
It's spring for next year.
Yeah.
Spring.
Okay. Yeah. See, I haven't been in school in such a long time, so I don't really know how the semesters go. So January is when I see like, so it makes me feel like December, or by the end of December, you're gonna be in this new home.
Okay. Do you think? Okay. I most likely will graduate the end of the year. I will start most likely to do my bachelor's next year. If not spring, will be summer of next year. I am not looking into buying a place, but I'm looking into trying to rent. I don't know if that will be different.
That still doesn't feel until January sometime, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay, you just got to save up and get all the money together, because here's the thing, the concerns that your mom and dad have is that they want to make sure that you're financially stable before you make that leap. Okay, and it may be dad the one that's going to say no. He's like, no, you're not ready yet, because he's very overprotective. So let me just say this, is that January feels like it would be a very bright month for you to be in your own apartment or your own home, or for this move.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sweetheart, for calling in. You have a blessed day.
Okay.
So we are actually going to go on a quick break so that I can clear my vibrational energies. That number again is 281-899-8029. If you get the busy signal, it's because we have someone on the line, but don't worry, we are still taking calls. That number again is 281-899-8029.
The coolest station online. Yeah, that's us. 'Cause we play this.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? You are live on the air. How can I help you?
I didn't think I'd get on. Hello, thank you for taking my call. Okay.
You're going to have to wait till after this move in October, if that's something that you're going to do, because then once you move in October, or slightly after October, it feels like by then you'll be settled enough to where you can focus.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
Are you looking for a new perspective in life? Victoria Alvarado, psychic medium in Houston, Texas, is one of the top 5 fortune tellers in the area. With her gift, she has spiritually guided thousands from around the world. She identifies and removes obstacles that prevent you from achieving your full potential in life, love, and career. Other services include psychic tarot readings, chakra balancing, aura cleansings, Reiki healing, and more. To schedule a session today, call 832-525-3486.
We want to talk about Victoria Alvarado. She is the real thing. She was able to pick up on my love issues, for which was true. With Victoria, she's very in sync with energy. and she was able to pick up on my energy right away.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've been seeing Victoria now for 3.5 years. I was hurting somehow. She pinpointed the areas that were being affected. I gave her a call and she started the healing process. Immediately afterwards, she told me about how my body was going to heal and how I could help it heal along. And I noticed a change immediately.
Hi, I'm psychic medium Victoria Alvarado. As a psychic, I'm able to connect to the past, present, and future. And as a medium, able to connect to your loved ones and those that are in spirit. And if you ever wanted to know about your future and what the future holds for you, or if you needed to find answers to those daunting questions that are lingering in your mind, contact me at www.victoriaalvarado.com.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now. Peace. Now, hear this.